For years, Football Manager has tried to predict the future. Sometimes I've got it perfectly spot on, and other times I've got it absolutely horrible wrong. Let's try and find out what the next 5 years are for your club according to Football Manager. Hello and welcome to another episode of 5 years on from now. So this is now Brentford's turn to have a little gander at how they've been getting on and how Football Manager have been predicting them. So 5 years in the future and you guys are in the Premier League again. Brentford, are you happy with that? Brentford fans, let me know in the comments. 5 years, would you take Premier League football? I think you would. The question is, did you stay there or was you up and down? You were up and down just a little bit, So obviously there's a season where you did get promoted. The following year you got relegated. So that's this year in real life. Would you take relegation if it was a guarantee you'll come back up? Because that's what you did. You came back up first in the league and you obviously clearly romped home, and then you've maintained yourself as a lower Premier League team, 15th and 16th finishing. You've not added any other trophies other than that Sky Bet Championship trophy, which is still no trophy to scoff at. So now all you've got to do is build. You've got to build yourselves up now. Would you take it? Would you say that's a successful 5 years back in the Premier League, even though you suffered a relegation? Bearing in mind, it is your first time up. I would take that as a good thing. Let's have a little nose at your transfers. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the most recent season to see what you've been spending. You spent a total of £101 million. I'm going to pick out a couple, so if you do want to have a little look at anything in particular, make a pause the video by all means. You've signed Morgan Gibbs-White, that's a big deal for £30 million. You've also signed Saeed Samuel from Fenerbahce for 14 million. Jesse Lingard joined you from Napoli. I wonder when he went to Napoli. As for your outbounds, I'll be honest, I don't really know a lot of the Brentford boys apart from Ivan Toney, really. So you'll have to forgive me for that. Who else did you sign this year before? I signed Oliver Skip on loan. Is that really a great deal? As for your outbounds, again, you guys have to tell me whether you spot any of your bigger players that you got. You must have signed Scott McKenna at some point because you've sold him. You signed that Elias Achugabaka, whatever his name is. I'm sure he's supposed to be a wonder kid. As for the year before, that's where you signed Scott McKenna for 2.8 million. You signed Zala. Apologies for the absolute butchering of names. You signed him for 11 million, but 11.275 million. That's a big deal. You signed Max Aarons. That's a great signing. Again, you spent some money in this year. This must have been another year that you'd gone up. Yeah, looks like the first year you'd gone back up. Sergi Canos left. So is Sergi Canos a player at your club at the minute? You'll have to let me know. I don't really know. I'm sorry. Joel Valencia. He joined Deportivo La Coruña on a free. Pontus Janssen. Now I know he plays for you. Pontus. He left. Dalbert joined you. You spent 39 minutes, but you've sold £58 million worth this year. So let's just have a little look. So you signed Scott McKenna there on a loan, and then you signed him permanently the year after. You signed in Ayaz Perez from Leicester. Patrick Coutone from Wolves. And you signed Callum Robinson, where he joined you the year after for a permanent deal as well. So this is your outbounds. You did sell £58 million worth of transfers. You sent out Sergio Canos on loan that year. Rico Henry was picked up by Manchester City, and you Is Christoph Ayer a player at your club now, or is he a signing? We'll find out, I suppose, in a minute. But you made almost 30. Well, you made 30 million off him once the add-ons are done. Da-da. Not much happened in the very first season, so that's that for yourselves. Let's have a little look at your squad overall. David Raya is your goalkeeper still. I think he's your goalkeeper in real life, isn't he? Max Aaron's obviously there. Again, you'll have to forgive me, I don't really know. Cadiz want to sign him. He's requesting to leave. He's obviously not happy. He wants the initial agreed time. £14 million, and you're leaving him on the bench. He's only played 8 games this season. I'd be a bit unhappy too. Jesse Lingard there. Ivan Toney's still at the club, and he's wanted by Liverpool now. He's played 231 games for you, scoring a total of 97 goals. That's not really too bad of a record, really, is it? You'd hope for a little bit more, but it is what it is. 0 caps for England, 0 goals for Ivan, so he doesn't quite make the England team. But yeah, overall, I think that's not too bad for yourselves. Let's have a little look at your managers. So Thomas Frank, he was sacked after 3 years and 168 days. Stephen Presley was your caretaker before Frankie Lampard. He took over. He got you promoted as champions from the Sky Bet Championship. But he also got you relegated as well. So, yeah, he got you relegated as well. So he was obviously coming and he couldn't survive. He couldn't keep you up, and then it's taking you straight back up. So, are you happy with Frank Lampard in charge, Brentford fans? Let me know in the comments. Just hit me up in the comments whether you're happy with that or not. Like the others, we'll have a little look at your best 11 over the last couple of years. So your overall is you got Tony up top, Robinson, Quaison, and Luca Bacchio across the attacking mids. Perez and Onyeka in your midfield. You got Jan Outs, Slazy, Kelly, and Max Aarons, and David Raya in goal. So that's going to wrap up today's episode with Brentford. Again, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to as I keep saying, I'm going to get this save file released at the end of the 20 Premier League teams. So if you don't know already, 5 years on series, I'm looking at all the Premier League clubs 5 years in the future. And what I'm going to do is then I'm going to do 5 additional teams. That obviously I'm going to pick. I'm going to have a little look at and see what's happening 5 years in the future. But as soon as I hit the 20th Premier League team, I'll let the save file go, and you guys can have a play with it yourself. So don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the next club.